thank you for taking the opportunity to speak with us. We're really interested in the International Baccalaureate that we're introducing at Takapuna Grammar, and we want some sense of your experience of the IB as a student who went Year 12, Year 13 through the International Baccalaureate program.
Well, I won't lie, it was quite rigorous. It's a very rigorous program. You know, you're doing 6 subjects, and on top of that you're doing your theory of knowledge and your CAS commitments on top of that, and it's a lot of work. But I found it really, really rewarding, I think. And I think the main thing for me was that because you have to pick subjects from certain groups,
That's right.
It really gives you a sense of safety in your choices. And, you know, in your last 2 years of school, especially the last year, when you're thinking about career options and tertiary study, it's really comforting to know that you've got your science, you've continued with your maths, you've continued with the humanities subjects, and you can virtually do any course that you want. And people change their mind so often. And I know I changed my mind quite a bit in Year 13 as to what I wanted to do, but I knew that the IB provided me with a sort of safety net in terms of subject choice.
So what subjects did you do? Like your second language, you know, that's kind of a hot
I
topic
know,
for many of our students.
It is, yeah. I did Spanish.
Did you do ab initio?
Yeah, I did. And actually, that was quite interesting because I had never done a second language before at school. I mean, I did taste as sort of an intermediate sort of level, but never studied a language. And to be honest, I think if I hadn't have done IB, I wouldn't have chosen a second language. But I'm really glad I did, because starting Spanish at a beginner's level just made it fun. And I also did English, biology, psychology, which was really fascinating. I really enjoyed that. I did theatre arts. I also did maths, and that's it, I think.
Yes,
I'm missing
6.
out. Yeah, that's 6. Yeah.
Great. And tell me about the extended essay. You know, we love the whole concept of extended essay and the theory of knowledge and the creativity action service. Tell us about kind of those components and what it gave to you as a student.
I think the extended essay for me was, I chose to do mine. My favourite subject is English. It's my number one thing. And so I chose to do my extended essay on Janet Frame's poetry. And so, I mean, if you think about it from the beginning, 4,000 words is quite a daunting task. But it was really interesting. I'm glad I did it because I got to do a lot of research, and I got to actually interview her publisher, the late Christine Cole-Cantley, and talk to her about Janet and her writing, and that was something I wouldn't have had the opportunity to do otherwise. And also now that I'm at university, and you're having to pop out essays quite a lot, it's nice to know that I've done a 4,000 word essay and I've been through the research.
So the theory of knowledge, tell us about that.
It's quite interesting when you start off theory of knowledge, but I mean, I know in Year 12 it was quite discussion based for us, and it's really interesting because you get to discuss topics that I think people do have a lot of opinions on, and it does make you think about things from different perspectives. It really does, and especially the theory of knowledge presentation that you have to do. You sort of look at different ways of knowing.
Yeah, we've got a bit of an advantage because we've committed to a teaching and learning philosophy at school 8 years ago.
Oh wow.
And so we've been kind of inculcating our students with that, so there's a real synonymous kind of notion going on.
Yeah, so that won't be something too new.
No, which is great for our kids.
Yeah, definitely.
And creativity action service, tell us what you did for those.
All that's sort of things that I think I was going to do anyway at school, and as part of the busyness that is Year 13. And so I produced a charity fashion show along with 2 other students in my final year. Yeah, and so that was my creativity, and it was my actual big project, because you have to do certain commitments and then big class project, so that was my project. And yes, we did a fashion show, and students were models, and we got heaps of really, leading New Zealand designers to lend us their garments, and we managed to raise about $35,000 for some cancer charities, and that was quite a lot of work, but it was also really rewarding. for my action, I played netball.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I mean, people can continue with their own sports.
That's right.
I know a lot of my friends actually in year 13 started sort of sports they had never done before. So they did social hockey and social netball, and forces you to do things that you will really enjoy, but maybe you wouldn't have done otherwise.
Forces the issue a little.
Yeah, yeah.
Great.
And my service was my prefect commitments.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, so all of that sort of ties in, and you just have to write reflections about it. Which if you pick commitments that you really enjoy, it's not difficult, and it's just supplements it. And I think those are things that people almost should be doing and making the most of in their last final years of school, because it sort of just makes you, I think, more sort of rounded person.
I agree.
Yeah.
So, like you're at university now, stage 1, and what do you think the opportunities IB have given you, and maybe how well has it prepared you as a tertiary student?
It's prepared me really well, especially like I said, it's quite hard work. IB, I won't lie, and just that sort of work ethic that you develop when you're having to juggle all of those subjects and your extracurricular commitments. And it's just made university, I think, a lot more doable, and it's not as much of a step up. I feel it's sort of just been a really sort of seamless transition into the the academic level, I guess, of my tertiary subjects.
In fact, you got a perfect score, yeah?
Yeah, I did. I got 45.
That must have felt really fantastic.
Yeah, it was. I was aiming for a 40 plus.
Yeah.
That's sort of what I wanted, and I was quite surprised when I got
overachieved.
Yeah, 45. But that was really fantastic, because I got a scholarship to go to Auckland University, so all my fees are paid for that.
Nice.
And I also got a Russell McVeigh School Leavers Law Scholarship. Yeah, so that's some extra sort of money on the side, and it also is a like a summer clerk mentorship program that I'm sort of connected to that law firm. And
good work.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's great. And so, what about some of your friends? Did some of your friends through the IB venture beyond New Zealand and other
definitely.
universities? Yeah.
I know one girl in my year. She's off to Cambridge University. She got, I think, 43, so she's also another high achiever. And two of my friends actually went to Melbourne University. One's gone to Sydney. A few have gone to Victoria and Wellington and down to Otago. And I think the main thing is that you just feel more prepared for tertiary study. And so they're all sort of scattered all around the place.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for your time
That's
and
right.
all the best with your studies. We appreciate
Thank you.
the opportunity.
Oh, thank you very much.
Good on you. Cut.